chief guest on the occasion, worthy
Okay,
principal of
okay,
Government
no
Degree
problem.
College,
Okay, no problem.
Professor Syed Aizaz Hussain Rizvi Sahab, Honorable Resource Person of the Day, Professor Dr. Jelena Boskovic, faculty members from different academic institutions of India and abroad, and organizers from the Cape Cameron Trust. I am Safir Ahmed. I am a faculty member at the Department of History, Government Degree College, Kulgam. And I welcome you all to the second day of the International Faculty Development Program on Artificial Intelligence. Since this is the second day of the program and we are already into exploration of the different dimensions of the artificial intelligence, and I believe that since we already discussed it yesterday that artificial intelligence is one of the most innovative, new and challenging things, particularly for the academia. And we just cannot escape from this artificial intelligence. Rather, we would have to equip ourselves and ensure that instead of being dominated completely by this artificial intelligence, we use it for not only increasing our academic interests, our academic profiles, but also using it for the betterment and empowerment of the mankind. So we would be continuing with the discussion on the different dimensions of artificial intelligence. And we are fortunate that we are joined by Professor Dr. Jelena Boskovic, who is a professor at the Belgrade Metropolitan University, Republic of Serbia. She is one of the renowned academicians in the world who is published worldwide. She is an author of international repute, and I believe that she has authored and co-authored more than 600 scientific papers. She has also written a number of books and has represented her university in many international and national congresses. Ma'am, we, on behalf of Government Degree College, Kulgam and Cape Cameron Trust, we welcome you to this second day of the International Faculty Development Program. And we believe that your address, your presentation would be beneficial for us, and we would definitely be in a position to know about artificial intelligence and its usage in academia. And I request our resource person, Professor Dr. Jelena Boskovic. Ma'am, please start your presentation. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Professor. Thank you. Good morning, day, and evening. Dear ladies and gentlemen, eminent scientists, university professors, representative of international organization, guests of honor, dear student, I owe a special thanks for the invitation to be a guest speaker, and I send my warm greeting the organizer of this Amazon Virtual Artificial Intelligence, then the program coordinators, Professor Dr. Shahila Basudova and Professor Dr. Subuhara Yamabel. Two special thanks to my dear Yelena Miladenovic, my student. Talent for science is born and development through work. Our reason in the nature light with which man perspective, preserve, understanding, comprehend, illuminated the world around him. As scientist and philosopher of scientists use the nature light of this reason to learn the truth about himself and the world. Knowledge of science will give a better understanding of the nature around us and the functioning of man as an individual in the environment. Our lecture topic is under following title, Artificial Intelligence in Biology. You will follow the presentation, and I, as a long-term career scientist and university professor, only explain the scientific results from the presentation. I never read the presentation, but I have a discussion and will follow the important field in the 21st century. Synopsis. Despite efforts to integrate research across different subdisciplines of biology, the scale of integration remains limited. The hypothesis that future generation of artificial intelligence abbreviation AI technology specifically adapted for biological science, artificial intelligence revolutionizes structured biology. Artificial intelligence is rapidly transforming various sectors from healthcare to finance, and now having a significant impact on structured biology as well. This revolutionary technology not only improves our understanding of biological structures, but also accelerate the pace research and development of this field. Structural biology is a branch of molecular biology that focus the molecular structure of biological macromolecules, especially proteins and nucleotide acid, and how change in their structure affect their function. AI technology will allow us not only to connect and analyze the data in undiscrete scale, but also build compressive predictive methods that span various subdisciplines. They will make possible both target testing, specific hypotheses, and underground discovery. This our lecture provides on vision for artificial intelligence for biology highlights some challenge. Artificial intelligence current cutting concept and the potential to improve the quality of life human beings. The field of artificial intelligence and biological research are becoming more investigating and methods for extracting and applying the information stored in live organisms are constantly being refined. Biological system is complex in relationship and economy and sector our life. As the field of I measure trained algorithms, the potential of its application in epidemiology, the study of host pathogen interaction, animal, plants, and human, drug in host pathogen interaction and drug design BDS, medicine gene editing, CRISPR technology, diagnosis and cost-effective treatment will be possible in the near future due to the application of AI-based technologies. In the field of agriculture, farmers have reduced costs, increase describe the amount of time it takes to bring their good to market to the application of advanced artificial intelligence-based approaches. Moreover, with the use of artificial intelligence through machine learning and deep learning-based smart programs, one can modify the metabolic process pathway of living system to obtain the best possible output, the minimal input. Such efforts can improve the industrial state of macrobiological species to maximize the yield in the bio-based industrial setup. This lecture summarizes the potential of artificial intelligence and their application to several fields of biology, such as medicine, agriculture, and biotechnology-based industry. The ability to store and analyze data with the help of artificial intelligence has created new possibilities for the academic community, scientific research, and biotech industry. Various applications of artificial intelligence are used in biology, including the precise identification of the 3D geometry, biological molecules such as protein, which is on the most critical task and useful in biological research. Moreover, in biological science, artificial intelligence plays a critical role in promoting innovation, not only in laboratories, but also through life cycle and medication or chemical product. Furthermore, artificial intelligence-based tools and applications help automate complicate production procedures, thereby meeting the fast-rising demand the medication, chemical for use industry and food and other bio-based raw material. Machine learning is subset of artificial intelligence, aids in the prediction of outcome, exacting massive permutation and combination of data set available for the drug molecule, determine the best combination without relating on traditional manual methods in the lab. Although traditional model driving methods are still useful for analyzing biological data, they lack the ability to use vast amounts of available data or even big data.
Not audible, ma'am.
It's not audible, ma'am. It's not audible.
I request the admins, please. I believe there is some technical problem and we are not able to listen to the resource.
Ma'am, some technical fault. Not audible, ma'am.
Please. These data are
Wait,
quantified
please,
in
wait.
terms.
Wait, please.
What is problem? Example
Ma'am, you
of
had-
artificial application in structural biology, protein folding prediction, design of protein structure with enhanced stability, identification of potential drug targeting protein molecule. Interesting natural intelligence, deep learning, natural network, machine learning, artificial intelligence. Today, interesting biological intelligence and artificial intelligence. These data are quantified in terms of multi-omics, such as genomic, trisomic, proteomic, and metabolic from different biological sources and need to be proprietary and analysis, understanding complex biological system. Artificial intelligence and deep natural network design might efficiently analyze genomic data to determine the genetic basis of a trait and uncover genetic complex biological science. Furthermore, medical image and drug response contributed complex but significant data need efficient algorithm program to analyze them. Therefore, machine learning and DL-based artificial intelligence in garner much attention due their compatibility for faster
Excuse me,
processing.
ma'am. Screen is not available.
Please, now, next slide. I discussed it of team. Possible. I discuss artificial intelligence in a biological system is complex, is now present in our presentation. Artificial intelligence generating much attention due their compatibility for faster processing of hard data of extraction magnitude information. Artificial intelligence based digital image processing, drug designing and virtual drug tests transform medical science in near future in possible pharmaceutical industry and drug for cancer and other diseases. The current review my lecture highlight how artificial intelligence and its component could be used in the medical, agriculture, and bio-based industrial sector make human life more sustainable. Sustainable development is important. Artificial intelligence is control. Artificial intelligence in medical science. Medical science is part biological science. Medical science and biotechnology advancement have opened new avenue for development medication and antibiotics. Antibiotics is a big problem for healthcare. Artificial intelligence has enormous potential for widespread application in the pharmaceutical industry with artificial intelligence novel therapeutic molecule based now target structure can be discovered. A branch of AI know is ML is commonly employed in disease diagnosis since it leverages the outcome of diagnostic testing to improve the accuracy of results. AI allows research to manage challenge issues, including quantitative and predictive epidemiology, precision-based medicine, and host pathogen interaction is important human, plants, and animal. Artificial intelligence can help in disease detection and diagnosis and make computer code more accessible to non-technical individual. Predictive epidemiological situation, example, COVID-19, individual-based precision medicine and the analysis of host pathogen interaction are complex of research areas and could benefits from machine and deep learning breakthrough. These approaches and with disease diagnosis and individual cases identification, personal medicine for patient. Risk analysis. Help physiologian in the prediction, analysis, the diagnosis, patient response, the treatment, and patient survival is important for patient and our human population in the world. More realistic model of complex sociobiological systems are achievable because knowledge representation and reasoning modeling. ML-based method can also be used to improve the efficiency and reliability parameter. In the picture, disease detection prediction modeling, IMD algorithm modifying finding reference and the ML-based predictive model. Alzheimer's diseases is genetic diseases. COVID-19 clinical data, ovarian cancer, pulmonary cancer, etc. is important. Artificial intelligence and algorithm modify genetic research. In presenting distinction from malignant tumor, malignant cancer, it's important to take into account individual difference in genetic ecology and lifestyle in precision medicine. Precision medicine, personal medicine patient, medical practitioner recognize that metabolic, physiological and genetic make in individual affect their body respond to drug in criteria way. Deposit this, we are currently employing an umbrella approach to treat all patients, regardless of their varying condition, with some drug. However, due a large part to advance in artificial intelligence, a new era of personal medicine, personal student, personal man, it's important new future. Although the transition effort to be sampled in time, a significant amount of data collection, processing, maintenance, and exacting. Moreover, millions of prediction analysis will be include the process to identify best therapeutic candidate, molecule, and particle case. Using this strategy, physician and clinical may better predict with diseases, terminant and prevalent strategy. Research could be use artificial intelligence in DNA, RNA, and protein study to better visualize the effect of drug dose in living tissue over time, recognize signaling network during therapy. Based on artificial intelligence, IBM Watson assists in the creation of the appropriate treatment plan for patient depend on the patient's medical history and personal data, including genetic methods. It is important to inline the importance of combining this algorithm with medical expertise. New pharmaceutical compound can be discovered via data analysis using artificial intelligence, which reduce the need for clinical trial, allowing medication to be brought to market more quickly without compressing their safety. Moreover, we be able to forecast the onset of genetically predisposed diseases considerably early with the help of artificial intelligence in future. Patients will also be able to prevent and treat certain inherited diseases, genetic diseases. One on the application of artificial intelligence in the pharmaceutical industry is open target, which is relatively new surgery effort, to relationship between drug target and diseases, as well as how certain genes are linked to diseases. SPIDER is another artificial intelligence technique that is being designated to determine the role of natural products in drug discovery. Furthermore, quantitative, structure, activity relationship study are particularly useful in creating novel, effective medication in a very short period in time using a computer simulation tool. Model-based radiation basis function, artificial neutral network model, training using particular swarm optimization technique in recent study to predicate very different type drugs. Natural language processing, machine learning, and robotic process automatization are clearly the 3 key areas of advance for artificial intelligence in the field of medicine. Natural language processing has recently used to enhance colonoscopy analysis, improving accurate detection of adenoma, cancer, and on polyp. Additionally, machine learning approach may be used to predict diseases such as atrial fibrillation and urinary tract infection in certain patients group in using models such as support, vector machine-based and clinical future in diseases. It's important to take into account individual difference in genetics, ecology, and lifestyle in precision medicine. Medical practitioners recognize the metabolic, physical, physiological, and genetics makeup and individual effects, how their body respond to drug in criteria way. Despite this, we are currently employing an umbrella approach that treats all patients, regardless their varying condition with some drug. However, due in large part to advance in artificial human intelligence, artificial intelligence, human intelligence, 3 important differences. Although the transition appears to be the simple entail a significant amount of data collection, processing, maintenance, and exertion. Moreover, millions of prediction analysis will be included process to identify the best therapeutic candidate molecules for particular case. Using this strategy, physician and clinician may better predict which disease treatment a preventive strategy will be most effective for particular patient group. Research could use artificial intelligence in investigation DNA pathogen, host, RNA pathogen, example, COVID-19 and pathogen organism. Over time, and recognize signaling network during therapy. Based on artificial intelligence IBM system, future more electronic health record is better our human population in the world. Artificial based medical device and the algorithm in various fields of medical science. The first application, artificial intelligence-based model, improved by the PEDA in healthcare sector, was a diagnostic model based on autonomous artificial system. The model was training with diversified sample data set consisting of individuals of different ages, race, and sex, thus minimize the chance of error in different groups. Several recognized clinical trials have also been performed to test the efficiency and safety of artificial intelligence ML model in clinical practice. In this model, please. Please, I'm understanding. Please. I'm a discuss logarithm medicine. I don't know. Now understanding.
I
What is
request all the
problem?
participants to please mute yourself.
What is problem?
VC Prakash, if you can please mute your microphone.
What is problem, my professor? What is problem? What? Please, sir.
Sijo sir, please mute his mic. Sijo sir, please mute his mic.
Mute it. No problem. I microphone. That's
Professor
okay.
Jelena, you can continue. Some participants are creating issues. That's why I am giving instructions to Sijo sir, our admin. Don't worry, please continue.
I continue is present. I'm discuss material biological intelligence. Presentation. You look presentation. I discuss biological process, biological system. Results obtained from patient we have undergone to automatical, artificially based detection system are performed the control short of ADR and average amount of adenoma polyp detect. In agriculture biotechnology, agriculture is important for survival, human population, energy, water, agriculture, climatic change, a new opinion in future survival of human population. Face recognition, cancer prediction in tissue and metabolic flux analysis are just few examples significant advance in the artificial approach. In there is a potential achieve a similar revolution in the agriculture field. According to report published in the United Nations Food Agriculture Organization, FAO, the world population will reach more 9 billion by 2015. Population expansion will eventually put strain on the agriculture sector's ability to provide food. In order to feed the world's growing population and advance the national economy, agriculture is essential. It is a significant source of revenue for a number of countries, including India, Malaysia, China, Africa. Agriculture occupies around in the planet's total land surface. The majority of agriculture activity are new manual, and agriculture may significantly benefit from automatization in terms of the need yield invested input. The implementation technological breakthrough in agriculture may contribute to the change in rural economy and villages live high. Agriculture techniques are generally designed to overcome a variety of obstacles, including pests. Efficient use of pesticide and fertilizer, weeds, drought, and lack and adequate irrigation system, influence harvesting, storage, and finally marketing. The agriculture sector could be transformed by artificial intervention, the areas of soil management, water requirement assessment, process mapping of fertilizer need, pesticide, insecticide, herbicide need, yield prediction, and overall crop management. With the advance of AI-based technology, drones, Drones and robots are being used to improve real-time monitoring of crops, harvesting, and subsequent processing. Artificial intelligence and machine learning techniques are currently being used by biotechnology companies to design and train autonomous robots capable of performing the agriculture activities such as crop harvesting at much faster rate than traditional methods. The data collected by drones are processed and evaluated using deep learning in computer vision technique. Drone is war, Russia and Ukraine. Machine learning approach assists in the access and forecast of a wide range of environmental variables that influence agriculture output, such as weather fluctuation and the irregular monsoon in India. And mention a severe artificially based solution in the agriculture industry help to improve efficient and control numerous aspects such as crop yield, soil profile, crop irrigation, contain sensing, weeding and crop monitoring. In Europe is multi-cell hurricane is destroy agriculture. Traditional and older morphological characteristic, inspection in time, consuming error, prone and constantly. The machine vision method might be easily applied in agriculture practice, which can speed and simplify the procedure while being more practice or occurred. Identification and selection improve variety mode speed up, make process easy by using automatic non-invasive rapid scoring, various plant future true phenotyping methods. Though the tool of artificial intelligence, swarm intelligence, and drone technology can now apply several agriculture activities. Recent development in the R and the ML-based algorithm designed to estimate price of agriculture product may enable farmers to receive high return on their labor and investment. For effective irrigation, artificial nature network, fuzzy logic, fuzzy method, and meta-heuristic algorithm have recently been developed. According to recent study, conventional nature network, which take into account several environment variables, is on the most trustworthy ML algorithm to estimate soybean and maize yield. Recent advice in artificial intelligence bases biosensor for early disease detection in crop plants. Even asymptomatic plants have the potential to greatly minimize product loss caused by biological stress. The use of artificial intelligence may make it simpler to identify potential targets in big genome data for genetic manipulation, in design effective synthetic promoters in efforts to improve agronomic trait in plants. The growing necessity for smart agriculture have resulted in substantial advancement in the area of artificial intelligence-based agriculture forecasting and prediction, which has improved crop productivity to great extent. A similar attempt was made in a recent study where image data set great analysis by employing artificial intelligence algorithm, namely a genetic algorithm based platform for the prediction of crop yield in optimized manner. during the training maximum validation on Galaxy. In another significant study, a new methodology for prediction agriculture yield in greenhouse crops, employing recurrent neural network and temporal convolution network. A logarithm was proposed. Certain approach, green, for high-yielding crop typically need a large amount of agrochemical and water. Artificial intelligence-based approach are being developed to reduce the reliance on nexus agrochemical and attain a state of sustainability in agriculture. Sustainability development in agriculture is important in the world. For optimizing agricultural resources, a remote sensing assist control system has been developed. This methodology makes use of AL and ML technology to improve environment sustainability while fostering novel agriculture product development planning. Sophisticated artificial intelligence model is reduce the need for agrochemical. In this regard, the Substan Na LMK action plan, the 6 to create artificial intelligence-based open access software that could great help agriculture industry, has received funding from Germany government. This plan seeks to development data sets by combining information from different sensors in order to optimize different farming practices with the help of artificial intelligence and machine learning technologies. Similar governmental initiatives are required in large number to make farmers adapt artificial intelligence on great scale. In agriculture, integration precise image-based future with omics technology that may aid in feeding critical trait in stress tolerance and acclimatization mechanism which contribute to development of climate resistant credit. Climate change is a big problem. Agriculture, product food, and security food. Artificial intelligence and industrial application biotechnology. Industrial biotechnology, sometimes known as white biotechnology, is the modern application of biotechnology to the sustainable processing and manufacture of commodity, chemical, and fuel from renewable resources using live cells and their enzymes. Is a complex system biotechnology. The demand for industrial chemical, medicine, food grade, chemical, and their biochemistry related raw material has increased dramatically over the previous decades. ML and AI basic technology may aid in design of novel pharmaceutical and the identification of their efficiency at the advanced efforts before their actual production, drastically reducing the time spent bringing a drug from the lab to market for ordinary people. Microorganisms and plant animal cells are used in biotechnological processing to make product in a variety of sectors, including drug, pharmaceutical, food and feed, desinfectant, pulp, and textile, in order to detect outage, optimize machinery for efficient manufacture, and improve product quality. The Internet of Things, ML and I, could be used in effectively artificial intelligence basic computer model are becoming recently with spread, and robotic and machine learning could be development to best optimum growth condition for the strain as well degree to which valuable product can be obtained. For instance, artificial intelligence or response surface methodology based approach have been used high-level production of amylase from Rhizobium microorganism, Rhizobium microsporus, using various agro-industrial busts for optimal experimentation design. Similarly, artificial intelligence and algorithms, such as artificial neural network and genetic algorithm, have been integrated for the optimization of fermentation media to produce Glaucinosa from Leucostom dextranum rice. The application in the integrated models for the optimization of cellulose production by Trichoderma stromactium under solid state fermentation has been reported recently. Full decrease in cellulose production was achieved at optimization with artificial model. Artificial intelligence basic technology also being used to scale up the optimized bioprocess for enzyme production on pilot scale, a low-cost method from increasing the synthesis of extracellular lactose from Staphylococcus aureus. Staphylococcus aureus is a dangerous pathogen in human. Utilizing TVOS was performed in study. Could be genome enzyme production results in 16 times rise in enzyme yield. Biofuel in the most important bioproduct for which industrial production process can be enhanced using machine learning and artificial intelligence for maximum output. In the bioenergy sector, artificial intelligence-based approaches have been used to produce biomass, feedstock property, bioenergy and use and bioenergy supply chains and development and integrated and Taogoshi method for the predication and maximization of biofuel production via torrefaction and pyrophysis. Optimization and design of experimental factor were performed using the Taushi method, which led to attainment of maximum biofuel yield where N and GL models have been used in the modeling and optimize of meta-analysis process of waste paint shell for the generation of biofuels. This shows that integrated model has better optimization potential than the LRSME model alone. ML-based bioprocess model have also been constructed with the help of artificial intelligence-based methods such two models. Random forecast for prediction the accumulation of carbohydrate cyanobacteria biomass cultivated in water biofuel production. The finest results for atomic system dynamic were production. Increase availability a big data, such as omics technology data, has resulting in application for ML technique across various stages of system metabolic engineering, such as whole strain selection, metabolic pathway, reconstruction, metabolic flux optimization, and fermentation. Various machine learning algorithms, including deep learning and specific, optimize the bioprocess parameter and exploring larger metabolic space, tackling biosynthesis of target bioproduct. This trend is also influencing biotechnology business to adopt machine learning technique more frequently do creation creation of their production system and platform technology. Challenge and limitation. Despite their immense potential, artificial intelligence-based technology have yet to make their way into everyday praxis. Artificial model and improve the assemblability of various biological factors. However, they may also exacerbate pressing discrepancies, since artificial intelligence models are extremely reliant on the data sets on which they are development, as well as the label connected with them produces against the understanding in the learning algorithm might be reinforced. Several factors must be considered to properly access to realize some natural network. For the development of artificial model, metadata must be created, retrieved, and cleansed. Programs should future be designed and evaluated under the oversight of field professional for analysis and correction in increases committed in practice. In speed, significant advance of the design of artificial intelligence and machine learning based model in recent years. Few have been incorporated into healthcare, and many prospects for adapting this model for everyday using remain adapted. CCNs, for instance, were initially studied to design commercial primarily on dental radiography, with the first clinical use of this tool only recently emerging. Invaluably and in accessibility of clinical data to organizational politics, influencing, reproducing, and processing data sets, and assessing outcome and residual concept around accountability and transparency to patients remain the most common hurdle in adapting artificial intelligence in routine medical and dental practice. Moreover, several models have been reported to be incorrect in predict the clinical diagnosis. For example, artificial algorithm that can diagnose and classify chest X-rays using NLP to radiological record was development. This classification were substantially utilized in training of deep learning network to detect abnormality in picture with a specific focus on eyes and pneumothorax. However, after a true examination, the presence of G-tube in the majority report identify pneumothorax question algorithm and artificial intelligence. That is so possible that the amount and computation time required by ML approach varies depend size the data. Thus, critical acknowledge that utilization of artificial intelligence-based approach will not always lead to improved categorization or better prediction than present methods. Artificial intelligence is a tool that should be applied within proper context to address a permanent question or resolve a significant issue. Similarly, in other biological fields, such as agriculture, automatization practice employ approach level potential for sustainable farming. However, the agriculture sector, the collection, analysis, and utilization of data for productive present number of obstacles. Privacy and security of data are two major challenges that farmers must address to survive digital age. In most cases, the farming uniform collection using and more concentrically the purpose which their personal details are being utilized. That meaning always corporation to really on individually in order acquire massive agriculture data which be significant to development and evolutive behavior physiatric picture at the respondent. To step back from being mature farmers require assurance that their information be utilized, generate innovative idea, agriculture solution, then gain comparative advantage. In the industrial biotechnology sector, established defined protocol for adapting an algorithm assessment database remained more challenged. To design such protocol, it would be necessary to have true data sets to address numerous bioindustry challenges. Furthermore, increase accessibility, good documentation, and superior data acquisition methods are still required to development, operate, optimization bioenergy system, and bioreactor design. Conclusion and the end recommendation of this lecture. One great achievement we have seen the era of Industry 4 is the ability of machine to replicate the capacity of living systems, particularly the intelligence of a human, to ability to recognize, objective, or make decision is crucial characteristic of biological system. Artificial intelligence currently recognize, objective, and make decisions using many the cognitive and perceptual ability of live system. The potential of AI might by utilize biological world, including medical research, agriculture, and bio-based industry for our sustainable way of life. The early prediction and identification of diseases and the precise treatment based on personalized medicine, even while the diseases are asymptomatic conditions, are examples of key areas in medical science that might benefit from artificial intelligence. This would not only save millions of lives, but also reduce medical costs. In addition to medical field, artificial intelligence-based efficient algorithm and program have been recently developed to ensure effective output in farming practice now and precision farming. Agriculture practices such as soil management, water, need analysis, exact modeling of fertilizer, recombinant pesticide, insecticides, herbicides, yield protection, and overall crop management could also revolution by into artificial intelligence intervention. This will help to meet rising population demand for food. Centuries of biological knowledge are continuing to massive body a scientific research right of human are a big more any person to consumers. Finally, I will say, few people are aware how fast development of science and technology. To illustrate, here is the data. More than 90% of scientific discovery and technology innovation in human history occurred in 20th century, and more than 99% of human innovation are expected to occur in the 21st century. Most scientists see the reason for this in the emergence of artificial intelligence, especially the exponential artificial intelligence the century. Super artificial intelligence will at some point take over its own development, which will have exponential growth, so that sometime at even billions of times more intelligent than the people on the planet. and that will complexity of scientific discovery and happening much less be able to control this development. Unfortunately, we cannot rule the possibility the artificial intelligence created by us driving only be only interesting will tie against people on day. If you do not regulate its development in time and mandatory system element do not incorporate empathy or respect for people and everything on the planets. Very interesting today. Development, genetics investigation, CRISPR technology, genetic engineering, and artificial intelligence is a big investigation. 20th century and big problem, 21st century, our all human population. Thank you very much for attention. I'm sorry, presentation. I like discuss material, very interesting biological system. Thank you very much, Professor Sakila, and all team organized virtual lecture. My country, Republic Serbia, is a big friend with India. Your president Indira Gandhi is years ago with President Tito, former Yugoslavia. Thank you very much. I like you, India. People.
Oh, thank you.
Is
thank you
very
much.
good. Is empathy. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you, Professor Jelena Boskovic. Ma'am, I believe that it was such a wonderful presentation. And I believe that faculty members in general and those with biological sciences as background in particular, they would have just loved your presentation. Just the way you talked about the use of artificial intelligence in structural biology, how it can be used for the prediction of protein structure, drug recovery, identifying drug targets. I believe, ma'am, it was a wonderful presentation, and it was a pleasure listening to you, ma'am. We hope that in future faculty developments program which would be conducted on artificial intelligence, we would love to hear from you on different aspects of artificial intelligence. Thank you very much, ma'am. And I would
thank you very much, Professor. Thank you very much, Professor.
So that in case we have any questions.
Question for me, students.
So if we have any questions, let's make it interactive.
Question? Now, student PhD.
I request the admins to please keep the chat box open so that in case we have any questions, the questions can be written in the chat box and professor can answer those questions. Or you can just raise your hands for if you have any question.
Professor, I'm
we have
genetics.
Dr. Muhammad Iqbal.
Professor.
I request admin to please unmute Dr. Muhammad Iqbal and he would ask a question.
Listen. Understanding question. Understanding question.
I request admins to. It would be better if you type the questions in the chat.
Artificial intelligence. So I'm Professor. I'm a question answer Professor. Artificial intelligence is a perspective control development. Genetic is interesting science. Science, our life is dangerous. Is dangerous. No control. Artificial intelligence. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Future more all development control. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. I once again request admins to please unmute Mohammed Salim and Dr. Mohammed Iqbal. I believe that they have raised their hands and they have a question. Admins, please unmute Mohammed Salim and Dr. Mohammed Iqbal. Or sir, you can just type your question in the chat box so that ma'am can herself have a look and she would be happy to answer.
Actually, he has to unmute himself, sir.
Student, please question.
Okay, fine.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for a
Dr. Mohammed Iqbal,
presentation.
if you are able to unmute yourself, please ask.
Yeah, I'm able to unmute myself. So I got a question. So we started with, the use of artificial intelligence in drug designing vis-a-vis identifying the structure of the proteins so that they are targetable. But we know there are a couple of challenges when it comes to this. Let's talk about the RAS protein, which is the backbone when it comes to targeting the cancer. But unfortunately, we know that the RAS is not druggable. And then the question here is how much artificial intelligence can help us over there in finding the drug when it comes to targeting the RAS? Because we know every cancer almost has the RAS over there, which plays an important role in proliferation and then in uncontrolled growth of the cancer. And second challenge when it comes to, let's suppose, for example, in case of cancer is when we talk about the personalized medicine. So how good is AI going to play the role over there when it comes to, personalized medicine? I mean, a kind of the biggest challenge to kind of generalized therapy. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Artificial intelligence application in medical, personalized medical in future drug in future is complicated material. Artificial intelligence in medicine, agriculture, biotechnology, of life. Terrible, hard question. Our medicine, pathogen interaction. Example, COVID-19.
Okay.
19 is a problem world spread and world and genetic product. COVID-19 is genetic product.
Yeah, but when we talk about, let's suppose, certain proteins which have a pivotal role in driving the proliferation, and one of them is the RAS protein. And unfortunately, I mean, there has not been the techniques up to the mark, I'll say rather, that much of resolution, which can tell you basically the knots that could be targeted using the drugs. So I was wondering, I mean, particularly related to this, because I mean, there has been a hype as well as the hope when it comes to targeting the cancer using the RAS protein. So for that, I was just wondering, like, how much AI is going to help us in identifying RAS as a promising target when it comes to, if not cure, but the treatment of the cancer.
Yes, Professor. Yes. Is a next step-to-step artificial intelligence and technological method in science.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
For this. Thank you for discussion my lecture. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for answering the questions. I believe that we can take one more question before switching on to the next presentation. So we would take one more question.
Ma'am, is artificial intelligence create unemployment to the human? Ma'am?
Yes?
Is artificial
As you like. I think artificial intelligence is I'm a genetics. I'm a biology, genetics. I'm a science investigation, pathogen interaction, plants in the world. In the world is interesting. Artificial intelligence investigation, interaction, pathogen interaction, man, human population, animal and plants.
Thank
Much
you, ma'am.
investigation, professor. Much investigation, professor.
Thank you.
Future. Thank you very much.
Thank
you very much for question and discussion. Biological system.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you all the participants for making this discussion, for making this session interactive. Thank you very much, ma'am, once again for your wonderful presentation and for throwing light on the use of artificial intelligence in structural biology. We hope to, ma'am, hear from you again when we join in future for any development programs on artificial intelligence. I'm extremely thankful to you, ma'am, on behalf of Government Degree College, Gurgaon and Camurin Trust for your for taking time off your busy schedule and gracing this occasion. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, all. Thank you very much, my Shakilia. Thank you very much, all team. All team. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. So now we are into the second part of this session, and we are joined by a resource person of the night. We have Dr. Candidi Kunha, who is an associate professor of English at the Andhra Loyola Institute of Engineering and Technology, Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh, India. He is a renowned academician and is widely published in national and international journals. She is the author of 15 books and has wrote on different aspects of English literature, on different aspects of fiction, on Indian women, the contribution of Indians to the English literature, prose and poetry. And she herself is a poet and also is a musician. She can sing well. So she has chaired different sessions in many national and international conferences and is an active researcher. So we welcome you, ma'am, to this session, which is titled as Education and Artificial Intelligence. We believe that artificial intelligence has been said that it's a challenge to the traditional education system. And if we don't equip ourselves with the latest techniques of AI, maybe the teaching and the entire education system itself might become redundant. So the need of the hour is to equip ourselves and learn about the latest techniques and how we can use artificial intelligence for enriching ourselves and for enhancing our skills. We hope, ma'am, that your presentation would definitely help us in knowing about the different nuances of artificial intelligence, how it's a challenge to the current education system, and what needs to be done in order to effectively respond to this challenge of artificial intelligence in education. Ma'am, I, on behalf of Government Degree College, Gurgaon and the collaborating partner, Cape Camurin Trust India, I welcome you to this second technical session of day second of International Faculty Development Program on Artificial Intelligence. And ma'am, over to you. You can please start your presentation. Over to Dr. Candidi Kunha.
Ma'am, please unmute yourself.
Ma'am, you need to you need to unmute yourself. Yeah.
Okay. Just a minute. Okay, are you able to see my slide?
Yes, ma'am. Now you are visible. Your presentation is visible now.
So thank you, Professor. That was an amazing and wonderful a description about myself. Thank you and good evening to one and all. First of all, I am Dr. Sister Candy Kuna, Associate Professor of English at Andhra Loyola Institute of Engineering and Technology, Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. Let me quickly congratulate Government Degree College, Kulgaon, Jammu and Kashmir, India, for organizing this great conference in collaboration with Cape Comorin Trust India, with a topic entitled Artificial Intelligence and Opportunities and Challenges in Research and Education. Thanks to the conveners of the conference, Professor Syed Isra Hussain, Principal of Government Degree College, Jammu and Kashmir, and Dr. R.S. Regin Silves, President of Cape Comorin Trust, and to all the academicians, scholars, wonderful students, and everyone, those who are gathered over here on this academic forum to listen to the different facets of artificial intelligence. First of all, let me acknowledge that this is not my cup of coffee. I am a professor of English. So I'm making an attempt to throw the light on this topic which I have chosen for today's presentation. And I would like to acknowledge the sources at the end from where I got this information and the people who have helped me with. So thanks for this wonderful session and thanks to one and all. The topic is education and artificial intelligence. I have divided my lecture into 3 phases. The first phase, I will talk about the history of artificial intelligence. Because as an academicians, research scholars, educators, we need to know from where did this artificial intelligence come or how did it begin? And what are the different aspects of this artificial intelligence and how strongly it can make an impact on education. First of all, let us understand that artificial intelligence has a strategic value in education. And well, we all know it is because of this post-COVID era, which strongly proliferates and ensures that artificial intelligence has strategic value in education due to its different aspects, the best tools which it offers in teaching and learning. In fact, artificial intelligence lightens the burden of a teacher and students. And because of this reason, it has a strategic value in education. Artificial intelligence is a response to many education problems because in this rapid progress of development of science and technology, the connection between artificial intelligence and education has been hailed as a response to many education problems. See, the post-COVID era, we are experiencing how beautifully we have used those tools and efficiently how we have used various tools, which also directly and indirectly brought the concept of artificial intelligence to the learners in our online classes or in different ways of life and in different facets of life. Now, coming to the idea of artificial intelligence, we need to understand that artificial intelligence has no rigid boundaries. This concept can be used by anyone because it broadens the purpose for what it is used, only if we understand how we use and by whom it is used. Coming to the history, looking at the annals of the history of artificial intelligence, the concept began in 1956 at Dartmouth Conference, and the founding fathers of artificial intelligence are listed. The list goes on from John McCarthy. And during their discussions and deliberations in the Dartmouth Conference in the college, in 1956, they came up with this word, artificial intelligence, and there was a great deal of discussions and deliberations between them. And later it soared up to the great heights and zenith, and this was punctuated by the periods known as artificial winters. So there is a long list of this great founding fathers of artificial intelligence, and the founder is John McCarthy. Artificial intelligence is indeed a remarkable journey because it focuses on all about artificial intelligence, connecting it to a machine, a mind of human brain, a human brain can exactly think like a machine. And then when you look at this, there are different aspects, different things in this to reflect upon what has happened over the period of time. And when we come to the present century, come to the present century, that is 21st century, we see that machine learning has taken a predominant role. So this history of artificial intelligence.
Candy ma'am, am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you moving your screen, ma'am?
Yes.
But it's not moving here. It's still in first slide. Yeah.
Are you able to see?
Yeah, now it's okay.
Okay. Are you able to see? I am moving the slides.
Yeah, now fourth slide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming to the history of artificial intelligence, the first phase of artificial winters can be divided into two, the first phase and the second phase. And the period escalates by taking into consideration the different aspects which artificial intelligence has offered to the society and the world at large. Artificial intelligence focuses on two parallel approaches. The first one is symbolic artificial approach, which takes into consideration the encoding principles of human reasoning, a machine which exactly thinks like a human brain. And the second symbolic approach is also called as a good old-fashioned approach, which is again from the data analysis. So these two approaches are very much responsible for the entire concept of artificial intelligence. In 20th century, we see that symbolic artificial intelligence by artificial winters was very prominent. And now in 21st century, machine learning has become a predominant area. Now, coming to the crux of the matter, artificial intelligence in education. So what is the entire idea of artificial intelligence in education? It is not about bringing a humanoid or a robot, in other words, to replace a human teacher with a robot. But in other words, using computer intelligence so effectively in order to make our teaching and learning more effective, more concentrative, and more fruitful. We can look at the new education policy. One of the key factors of the new education policy also focuses on skill development. Skill development to make our students industry-oriented or job-oriented. So they need to pick up skills. So how do we give them skills? We can give them skills by using some of these tools and making them very fast according to the need of the hour and the fast progressing world of science and technology. No matter whatever subject we teach or whatever area of discipline we teach. And our topic for today or for this conference is rightly chosen. It is multidisciplinary, which means this artificial intelligence, the concept of it can be used by any discipline. Yes.
The presentation is still for.
Yes.
So artificial intelligence and education. So I told you already that it is the idea of artificial intelligence in education is not to replace a teacher with a robot, but to use computer intelligence very effectively and efficiently in order to make our teaching and learning very strong. Why artificial intelligence and education? So we know that we are in the era of rapid development of science and technology, and the connection between artificial intelligence and education is hailed as a response for many education problems. So what are the education problems? We have lack of qualified teachers. Sometimes there is a gap between slow learners and advanced learners, which teacher is not immediately able to glue the gap. And at times, students are under achievement. Students' achievements are not met with the desirable results. So for these reasons and various reasons, the concept of artificial intelligence becomes very prominent in education. Now, this is something amazing. What are the different tools we can use to enhance our teaching and learning? So it can be, used by anyone in any group, like in material of any branch. So using artificial intelligence to enhance teaching can personalize our learning, can make our content very much adaptive, can use language analysis and feedback very strongly, can use virtual tutors. Artificial intelligence can pave a way for language translation and context. Artificial intelligence can bring in language generation. Artificial intelligence can use language immersion. Artificial intelligence can bring data-driven insights, gamification, speech recognition, control, remote learning and accessibility, and at the end, cultural understanding. So for all these reasons, if you put together and many more, education becomes very strong, especially teaching and learning, because it tries to glue the gap. Now, what are the different tools a teacher can use in her classroom? So the academicians over here, you can note down these tools. They are very effective, and many of these tools are free of cost. They are available, and you can use it very effectively in your teaching, learning, in your research, etc. And for this reason, it becomes very much appropriate in our teaching and learning. The first tool is Class Point Artificial Intelligence. If you take this word, Class Point Artificial Intelligence, and type it in a Google, you will find this tool. So this tool is all about instant quiz generation from PowerPoint to slides. You can quickly generate your quiz. You can quickly generate your PowerPoint presentation. You can make amazing slides if you use Class Point Artificial Intelligence. And it is free of cost. It doesn't have maybe at times a few plans are available, but at many a times it is free of cost. So I think all of us can use this tool, Class Point Artificial Intelligence. It will give you texture. It will give you different designs. It will give you the purpose for what you are designing your slides, or you are creating your quiz for the different age groups, etc. The second one is Quillbot. So this particular app of artificial intelligence, a tool, can be of a help as a plagiarism checking tool, and it can check grammar, it can rewrite your sentences, it can bring in citations, ideas, etc. So it is very easy to handle. This Quillbot is excellent tool wherein academicians can use it. They themselves can identify whether their paper is having plagiarism or any material you're giving, it's plagiarism free, etc. So this particular tool is also free, though it involves at times, if you use for the longer duration of time, I think it may have some plans if you try to purchase it for 1 year or 2 years or so. But this tool you can try and see how quickly it can use when you are in the need of the hour. The next one is PowerPoint Speaker Coach. This is also an amazing tool. This PowerPoint presentation, improvement, rehearsal, report, all can be done through this PowerPoint speaker tool. It can speak, you can speak, you can create the data, you can make your data very creative. So you can use this tool in your teaching and learning, and it can be appropriate if you're not audible in your classrooms. The next tool is Slide AI.io. So this is also a very good tool, which can be used by many of us, because you can instantly generate text to slide. You can generate a lot of data templates. You can design, and you can find ready-made tools already ready and available. So this is completely free. It doesn't have any plans, though first 3 tools have plans for 1 year or some like that, but this particular tool is completely free. The next tool is Education Copilot, and this is also a great tool available. It is an artificial intelligence tool for teachers, wherein teachers can plan their lessons. You know that lesson is very important. Preparation lesson is very important in our classes. So you can plan your lessons, you can plan your worksheets, handouts, assignment generation, etc. And this is a good tool for all the teachers, to create quickly their assignments, to plan their lesson and go prepared for the class. And then the next tool is Gradescope, and this is all about grading and feedback for all the subjects from all the levels. It can come with a built-in plagiarism checker. So you can easily find out how far your students are, where do they stand, how genuine they are. So this tool can grade the ability of a learner, and also the assignments given by the teacher to a learner. And finally, it will also decide upon the plagiarism, whether it is genuinely written by a student or not, especially assignments. So this is very important for the teachers when we look at assignment viewpoint. And the last one is Formative Artificial Intelligence. So it is a tool which can give a genuine feedback and which can, generate a data on the assignments. So this is a higher level than the above Gradescope Artificial Intelligence tool. There are 700 plus tools. Artificial intelligence has 700 plus tools. And I cannot present all those tools right away to you, But I can tell you, these are some of the tools which we have tried, and they are effective very much in our teaching and learning. Coming to my subject, like I teach English. So let me give you an example of how we teach English with these artificial driven tools. Why do we teach English with artificial driven tools? What is an objective of teaching English with artificial intelligence? When we can speak English so well, when we are effective communicators, when we have so many things at our beck and call, why at all we need to have this artificial intelligence for English? Artificial intelligence optimizes teaching impact of English. It optimizes. Next, it can change the atmosphere in which English is learned. It can be made very much lively. It can be made very much interesting. Rather than taking a book and teacher standing at the center of the class and just explaining, or she using her own voice, she can use different aspects to make her teaching wonderful and meaningful. Artificial intelligence increases the practical skills of the students in English classes. So it's very important to bring the pedagogy and make a learner to do the practical implementations. And for that, it becomes very interesting. And artificial intelligence tool can also change the role of a teacher as a guide and a director. We can bring a robot. So I'll be telling you definite tools of artificial intelligence where there is also a tool called robot, where teacher can, communicate, or students can directly communicate to a robot, and robot can give the answer to the questions. So it can change the role of a teacher as a guide and a director, wherein teacher can go and, lend her ears to the learners and their queries, wherein the other teachers can be engaged with the robotic machine, etc. And teaching and learning can be personalized in English with artificial-based learning platform, which can help learners to learn at their speed. So for all these reasons, artificial intelligence becomes very important even for English teachers. Now, when we talk about English, we talk about 4 skills, LSRW. Listening skills. So how do we teach this listening skills with artificial intelligence? So we have artificial intelligence power tool, which can be transcribed or which can be used as a transcribed or spoken language, and which can help learners to practice listening just like the actual text, or just like actual English speaker. So all of us have second language acquisition. Like, we are not great speakers of English because somewhere in our speaking and in our communication, we have impact of our second language. But coming to this speech recognition software, students can exactly imitate a native speaker. They can listen to the pronunciation, voice, communication aspects of the speaker. Language learning apps are also available, and many language learning apps can be used to provide interactive learning exercises reaching from simple dialogues to more complex conversation. So this is very essential for a teacher to introduce all kinds of dialogues in her classroom. So in order to make it very simplified, we can use this tool, and this tool can be switched on from one end to the other, wherein learners can be exposed to various aspects of learning dialogues. And the third one is podcast the video transcripts. So artificial intelligence can generate transcripts for podcasts and video, making it easy for the learners to follow, understand, and easily grasp the content. So these are the different aspects of listening skills which I have focused in my lecture. Now, the similar things you can take it in your presentation, in your subject, and apply it to your area, just like a professor of biology, a resource person was speaking all about how to use artificial intelligence in biology. So similarly, we can use it in our own subjects, in our own branches, in our own area of interest. The next one is speaking skills. So when it comes to speaking, pronunciation plays a predominant role. So pronunciation analysis can be done by these aspects, wherein this tool can be used. Artificial intelligence tool can be used to provide feedback on the pronunciation, intonation, and the stress patterns. So those kind of tools are available. We have 7,000 tools, and out of it, a few tools are available. And soon after this part of the session, I'll be presenting to you those tools, and you can make it very much visible in your own subject area or your area of interest. Secondly, virtual conversation partners. So we can use chatbots, we can use virtual tutors to engage spoken conversation and provide a platform for the students to practice their speaking skills without fear or judgment. So this is also a great tool with the help of chatbots, and all of us know about chatbots. People have spoken so much about it, and there is a lot of debate going on. Chatbot is also one of the sources where we can, take the help of tutors. We can engage people in conversation for learning and providing a very good forum for speaking without any fear, without any kind of inhibitions, etc. Language practice apps are available. So they are all artificial driven apps, and they offer speakers with great exercises where learners can repeat sentences, engage in dialogues, and get accustomed to various aspects of speaking. The next skill is reading. Reading is very important. So artificial driven tools from text to speech. So we can convert the entire text to speech. So that is a technology now, and it's great and amazing, incredible, which can really help learners to listen to the right pronunciation and read accordingly. So help learners to improve their reading comprehension and pronunciation simultaneously. We have the next one, text summarization, which is also very important. After reading a text, at times we are not able to summarize because of the complexity of language, because of the jargons and bombastic vocabulary. So artificial driven tools can definitely help to automatically summarize the complex text and make it easier for the learners to understand the main idea and understand it better. Vocabulary enhancement is another one which is very important when it comes to reading skills. So this is another tool where the difficult words in the text can be provided, are provided with the instant definition, synonyms, acronyms, or examples in the sentences to enrich learners' vocabulary. So reading skills, artificial driven apps for reading skills are available, and teacher can use those apps very effectively, or those tools effectively in her teaching and learning English. Writing skills. So it is said, reading makes a just man, conference a ready man, and writing a perfect man. So to become a good writer, students can have, a grammar and spell checker, and artificial intelligence can provide a spell checker which can offer real-time corrections and suggest learners to rewrite it and improve their writing skills. So automatically, this app can generate a kind of a sentences and suggest. Now, when we are typing on the WhatsApp, we have Google kind of a tool, like it will tell us, right, to correct a sentence, or the vocabulary is not correct, your sentence is not correct. But this is much more than that. It will help. This tool will help learners to improve their writing skills and help them to analyze and understand their writing style. And the next one is sentence structure analysis. Artificial intelligence can analyze sentence structure and provide suggestions to enhance clarity, coherence, cohesion, and consciousness in writing. And the last one is topic and content generation. So artificial intelligence can assist learners in brainstorming ideas, generating content for essay writings, reports, and other written assignments. So these are 4 important skills when it comes to English, LSRW. And these all 4 skills can be very well justified with this artificial intelligence tool. Now coming to artificial intelligence generalized tools, when we apply it in our education, in our teaching and learning, which anyone can use in material of any branch. I have already introduced a few tools to you, and I have also said that there are 700 plus tools, and these are some definite tools which you can use it in your classroom. The first tool is big data. So what is big data? Big data is all about the performance of a learner. So teacher can identify and understand how learner has performed. So ultimately, why a teacher teaches to understand how far the learning in the classroom is carried out, or how far a learner has learned, how he has understood. Teacher goes with a definite objectives in the class, but at the end of the class, she needs to understand the performance of a learner. And this big data tool can definitely generate grades of performance, which will enable teacher to fully understand the area and the interest of a learner. Immediately, she can identify how much a learner has learned. We talk in our education something about graded level learning, right? Graded level. So we grade learners according to their graded level capacity. So here this big data can identify exactly a performance of a learner, and it can identify how far this learner has learned and where he stands in his learning capacity. The second tool is chatbots. Just now I spoke about it, artificial intelligence driven tool, and this is amazing. It can provide automatic response through messaging. So students can use it through their mobile. They can make use of tutors. They can use, to create a lot of material, mapping students' progress, to evaluate students' feedback. And chatbots can also be of a great help to teachers to perfectly assess, and it plays a vital role in education. So artificial intelligence driven tool, chatbot, is very, very important. The next tool is dialogue-based tutoring system. So this is again an amazing tool where teacher can engage learners in discussion, and it can be, this tool can speak by itself. Like we can use it for speaking. This tool can enable students to obtain a genuine and personal feedback on their performance. So they can go and speak to the tool, and this tool can tell how much you have learned, how much is your capacity, how much you have understood. So it is something amazing. Teacher at times cannot 100% say because of the strength of the class, or sometimes because of the time constraint. But the moment this artificial driven tool or this artificial dialogue-based tutorial system is taken into consideration by a learner and asked with a few questions about the performance, this tool can answer to the question. They can also obtain the true support in the areas of their teaching. So it is a great important tool for a teacher to review the critical performance of a learner, and it can be of a true support for a teacher. Next one is robotics. And this is what I was trying to say. The idea of teaching is not to replace a robot with a teacher, but we can make use of this technology wherein teacher can effectively use these robots in the classroom. So robots are nothing but they are movable machines which can automatically perform tasks with the help of machine. And these robots can answer to any queries of the learner, and which can make classrooms amazing and stress-free. Even teacher can spend more time with the slow learners, and then slow learners also can go to robots and ask for a few queries. So it's just like a substitute. At times we bring some pedagogy in the class. This is a substitute which has a kind of an human intellect. Like it can immediately give answer. It can make wonders in the classroom. So it is embroidered artificial intelligence and robotics. So this is something, a great tool in our teaching and learning. Artificial intelligence driven tool can create and generate smart content with artificial intelligence. Now you look at a picture over here. I have placed a painting picture on the wall. So in the past, we used to paint, a painter used to paint a picture with the help of a brush, taking a lot of time for painting. But now it is very easy. A picture can be painted very easily. So this is something like, this concept can be applied to our teaching and learning to create and generate smarter content with artificial intelligence. Just like a picture can be easily created on a wall in a very smart manner, an exact and perfect manner. So also teacher can use smart content in the class with the help of artificial intelligence. So it is creating and generating smart content in the classroom. So this is also another tool. It is educational data mining tool. So we can create ebooks, short videos, e-resources, and many things can be done with this great tool. The next tool is Learning Network Orchestrators. So Orchestrators is nothing, but it is a huge network of collaboration. We have eBay, just like Amazon, we have eBay, we have Red Hat, we have Visa, we have Uber, etc. So these are some of the artificial driven apps of network orchestration, which means there is a huge network carried out through these artificial driven tools, where at a time many people are made known. So if you purchase something from Amazon or eBay, so it is not simply one person, it is not connecting to you and to the product, but many people, those who are involved in that, a product maker, product buyer, product seller, etc. All those people will come to know that you are purchasing a tool. So it is all done with artificial intelligence. So eBay is just like Amazon or other apps we use for purchasing. Red Hat is another app, another tool which can be used through artificial intelligence, Visa, Uber, etc. So all these are having a huge network and which focuses on orchestrators, which means bringing many people or taking many people into consideration to carry out job. Now, after going through all these tools, you may be wondering, or you might have even heard of some of these tools, or you might have applied some of these tools in your teaching and learning. But there is also something to take into consideration: artificial intelligence and the challenges it offers. So artificial intelligence also focuses on ethical problems. Artificial intelligence has achieved a great strides over the years due to its ethical issues, because teacher cannot simply take it for granted and use exactly as it is, or see, I want to just take some material and put it in my research and get it published. So I cannot make use of these tools for the sake of my publicity, for the sake of my productivity. If it is serving a great cause, for example, you are using it to your students and you are aware of the ethical problems, you are aware, you are a little more creative in your using, then you are out of danger. But if you are taking into consideration exactly a few tools, like which, sometimes taking the data as it is, or changing the sentences of a text, because, you can speak to a tool and exactly the sentences can be changed, or at times taking a text which is plagiarized and asking artificial intelligence app to change the entire sentence structure. So that is not what is required or what is expected of an academician. So unless and until we are aware of our ethical responsibilities, this particular tool can be sometimes difficult. But when we look at it from a greater perspective, artificial intelligence is a great boon to our humanity, because it makes education highly impactful. Because not only education, you take in any sector of life, in any area, artificial intelligence has taken a very predominant role. So artificial intelligence is currently transforming industry, and it is yet to show its true potential in education, though it has realized in various aspects in our teaching and learning. But now it is going to be all the more challenging, and it is all the more complicated at times, and it is yet to show its true potential, true color, true flavor, true power, because of all the ideas, because of all the true aspects it holds. Thus, learning from computer system can be of a great help to all of us as an educator to fully realize that it is of a great help, but it cannot fully replace a teacher in a school or in a college, because it is teacher who created it is man who created artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is a creativity of a human being. So machine is used to make our work simplify, make our work systematic, make our work easy, make our work smarter, but it cannot fully replace a teacher because of the human touch, because of various aspects, various qualities which teacher holds very strongly in educational scenario. So these are few of my ideas which I have placed before you. I have presented before you this evening from a broader perspective. If you have any queries with regard to this aspects using artificial intelligence in your teaching learning, or even from the accreditation viewpoint, now they are asking, experiential learning, problem solving methodology, and participative learning. All these aspects of learning can be made very much possible through these artificial driven tools. We can make it embedded by using different embedded tools into our teaching and learning. It becomes really effective. Otherwise, we will be very much, outdated, and we will not serve the need of the hour, or we will not serve the purpose. So that's the reason artificial intelligence becomes very relevant when it comes to education. Now, thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Candy. It was such a wonderful and a lovely presentation. And the way you talked about, and I loved that the use of that word, you talked about the strategic value of AI in education. You talked about in detail about how AI can actually help us in developing the listening skills, the speaking skills, the reading skills, and finally the writing skills, and how we can use AI for enhancing our abilities and understanding of this education system. And I would like to point out and add to two important aspects of AI that you hinted about. One is, ma'am, you talked about the development of skills, because as envisaged under NIP 2020, our students need to develop and they need to come with new skills, because they might be reduced to just nothing if they don't learn those, or they might not become competent literates. That's the need of the hour. While there were yesterday we were talking about Noah Harari, and he analyzes this artificial intelligence from the perspective of social sciences in detail. And he says that while there would be dislocations as a result of artificial intelligence, yet new jobs would be created. But we only need to develop those skills among our students, because when industrial revolution occurred, it was said that there were dislocations and joblessness and unemployment has been created in the world. But in the longer run, we saw that as a result of industrial revolution, more jobs were created than were lost. So same might be true of artificial intelligence as well. But what we need to do, we have to develop those necessary skills. And second, ma'am, you rightly talked about that the purpose of AI is not to replace the teachers with robotics.
Yes.
Ma'am, I believe that it's artificial intelligence. It's like an elephant in the room. We cannot ignore
Yes,
it for
yes.
long. We have to
Yes.
acknowledge its presence, and we have to develop the skills in ourselves. For example, while artificial intelligence, it cannot surpass the human intelligence, because it needs
Yes.
inputs from the humans.
Yes.
No doubt, artificial intelligence might give you different aspects of the French Revolution, but it cannot replace a researcher who would go into the remotest corner of India and he would analyze how the tribal women, the problems they are facing. Artificial intelligence cannot just do that. So what we as teachers, what we as academicians need to do, we need to acknowledge the presence of artificial intelligence. We need to enhance our skills. We need to get hands-on training on how we can use these different tools of artificial intelligence and make our learning adaptive learning, make our learning effective learning, so that nobody would ask that a teacher has become redundant. We would continuously justify our presence by saying that no doubt artificial intelligence can be a better teacher, but that human touch, that emotional touch cannot be there possible for the artificial
Yes,
intelligence.
yes.
An artificial intelligent tool cannot ask a student, beta, what's wrong with you? Why are you sad today? So that thing actually is there, that we need to equip ourselves and we need to use artificial intelligence tools for enhancing our skills, so that we can make this entire education system more adaptive. We can actually make students competent learners, and that is, I believe, the real and what you talked about, the strategic role of artificial intelligence in education.
Yes,
And
yes.
with these words, I open this session for discussion, and I would like to request the admins to please open the chat box so that we can also post the feedback link there. And we can also ensure that if we have any questions, those questions can be answered by our respected Dr. Candy ma'am. So admins, please open the chat box. And if you have any questions, you can simply raise your hands or type in the chat box, and ma'am would be happy to answer.
Thank you, Mr. Ahmad Shafir, for your wonderful observation and placing all your ideas on artificial intelligence. Thank you so much.
Dr. Arvind, she has raised hand, and ma'am, please unmute yourself.
So may I?
Okay. Yes.
Yes, yes. May I, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Yes, a very good evening, ma'am. My name is Rifat Khan.
Okay.
Ma'am, the session, first of all, was really good. I enjoyed the session actually. I just have, a query to you. If you could please spare some time for
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Surely
Uh,
I can. I will try my level best to answer
Thank you so very
whatever I
much, ma'am.
could answer.
Thank you so very much. Ma'am, I was just wondering when we were talking about, the digital skills that we acquire, we were talking of the strategies that can be applied, that AI can be, used for enhancing digital skills and other things. And you at the same time talked about the ethical concerns that we have, right?
Yes, yes.
So in that perspective, I just wanted to know, since since we know the digital divide that is there in our country, right?
Yes.
So whether it is in terms of internet penetration, whether it's in terms of rural-urban divide, whether it's in terms of gender, right? Don't you think that AI will actually, what do you say, increase that gap, a digital gap, or would you just how strategically can we employ artificial intelligence
Yes.
to address that this to address this widening gap in case we can?
Just now,
That's I wanted. Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. That is a wonderful question. You have asked me how you can solve the ethical problem, like it will widen the gap. I do agree with you, but answer is already given by Professor Ahmad Shafir. He said that teachers or the others, those who use these tools, need to be trained. We need to have hands-on training. So when we take hands-on training, how to use these tools, what are the defects of the tools, or how efficiently it can be used, and how the purpose can be served, I think much of the problems can be solved. And these artificial driven tools, as I also said in my lecture, that these tools have to fully recognize or realize their potentials. They are not completely used. So as the time advances and as the technology soars higher and higher, there will be better hands and greater hands to also train people how effectively to use this tool. So that is my perception all about it. And I think in various workshops, seminars, guest lectures, all these are carried on, all those guest lectures carried on this topic on artificial intelligence. They try to focus on ethical value. Just look at the presentation we had by Professor Jelina. She also focused on ethical aspects, right? So anybody who speak on artificial intelligence will focus on ethical aspects. So at least that can bring in a kind of a revelation and change. That is my feeling right now. So now we talk about WhatsApp. WhatsApp is good. Every one of us is using WhatsApp, and we are well aware of it. Students, we should not entertain much with WhatsApp, but at times we do try to give notes to the students on WhatsApp, or we try to give some assignments on the WhatsApp. It serves purpose. So continuously if we tell, continuously if we educate, we use it for the greater purpose, I think the gap can slow down rather than widening a gap. Madam, is it okay, or
Thank you so very much, ma'am. Thank you so very much.
that is my I am visualizing it. It would be that way if people are really responsible. We need to be responsible for our own doings, and people
No,
should
ma'am.
train us.
What my yes, sorry to interrupt. My concern is like the digital divide that we have, right? The urban and the rural divide. And if you look at Kashmir as such, and if you look at the other parts of the country, the internet divide. If you look at the internet penetration, if you look at it's really wide. It's really wide actually. We recently got even what you say this fastest internet, like even we don't have 5G till now, I think. So
Yes.
there, so in that situation, and rural urban divide is there. That way, what I'm thinking is that in education, and if we are, the urban areas, they will be more equipped than the students from the, rural areas or from areas which have this divide already happening. So in that situation, that is what my concern is. That's what I wanted to actually, project, whether in that situation can we, strategically employ this AI somehow to address that gap in any way.
Yeah, we can. Why not?
Sorry for interruption, ma'am. Before we
Thank
move
you.
on to the
Thank
next
you.
question,
Thank you so very much, ma'am.
I would
Thank you.
like to request the admins to please open the chat box, because I would like to
I'm
request the
sorry. I'm
admins
sorry. I
please
took so much of time.
make
Thank
the
you.
chat available.
No
so
problem,
that we
madam.
can
Your
put the
question is very
feedback link
logical,
here,
and the way you have
we can take the questions
asked,
from the chat.
that is really good.
Thank you. Thank you so much for that, ma'am.
Okay. Anybody would like to ask?
Thank you.
Yeah, ma'am, it's me.
Rifat, ma'am, and thank you, Dr. Candy. Before we move on, like, please make the chat option available. Please make the chat box available. Since the feedback and attendance link has to be put there.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, Dr.
Ma'am, I would like
Sushma.
to know.
Huh?
Yes, ma'am, I would like to know how to use AI humanly, ma'am. Will the student be able to demarcate the line between ethical practice and what is needed? Hello, am I audible?
Dr. Sushma, can you repeat your question again? Dr. Sushma, can you repeat your question again?
Yes, ma'am. How to use AI humanly? How will AI replace the human interaction? Would you please clarify on that?
Yeah, it can replace human interaction only through the various artificial driven tools. That is what I'm trying to speak all about. Artificial driven tools, the different tools which are available. I told you that there are 700 plus tools available. So it is not going to replace any teacher with a humanoid or anything, but it is going to make our education a little more convenient, more effective, and more lively. That's what the idea is all about. If you take it in a right sense. It will not
Yes, ma'am.
exactly
Thank you,
replace. It is a wrong idea that it will replace. It will make our education effective, provided we try to give the right skill to students. So that's why New Education Policy 20 speaks about skill development, right? So it is one of the important skills. And artificial intelligence also takes into consideration skills. These are all techniques and skills. So it will make students industry oriented. They will be able to apply skills. It will make them smarter, etc.
Oh, thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes.
Ma'am,
The
if I'm
session was
allowed, I
very
would just
interesting,
add one
ma'am.
more thing to it. I
Yes.
just would add one more thing when we talk about,
So Rifat Khan, yes.
can it replace, AI replace us. So I would just add one word. I would say that emotions can never be replaced by any artificial intelligence.
Yeah,
So
emotions
I would
cannot be
think,
replaced.
yes,
Yeah, I told at
yeah.
the end,
So,
right?
yes,
Emotions
yes,
cannot be replaced.
yeah. That's it.
No, emotions cannot be replaced. What we can replace is we can bring tools and make our teaching effective, but not replacing a teacher.
Yes, true, ma'am. True.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Anyone else?
Thank you very much, ma'am. Once again, thank you for the wonderful presentation that you have. Since I believe that we are running
Just
out of
1 minute.
time,
Just 1 minute. 1 minute, please. Actually, we had a conference in our college on artificial intelligence, which was actually conducted by the Department of Computer Science, and we had an opportunity to present our paper. And I, along with my colleague, Mrs. Kalavati, presented a paper on artificial intelligence seen through the lens of education. So that was still a broader aspect of it. And then these are some of the reflections of our paper. And then I acknowledge Mrs. Kalavati, who is there on this online forum, for her ideas, her planning of the same. And I thank our college, our director, Reverend Father Joji Reddy, Dr. Joji Reddy, for all the encouragement and support, and the management. And I thank Cape Comorin Trust, and I thank Government Degree College of Jammu and Kashmir for organizing this great conference. And thanks to all the organizers over here. You have wonderfully come up with your ideas, making it multidisciplinary, so that, you know, many more people can share their ideas and there can be a real change in our teaching and learning. So ultimately, we are going to apply all these concepts to our teaching and learning and bring a radical change in our education. So thank you so much, Professor Ahmad Shafir, for your encouragement, for your support, and then for the great topic you selected.
thank you very much, ma'am. Once again, I congratulate you for the wonderful presentation that you had. I'm sure that the audience loved your presentation and the way you talked about the role of AI in education. We would, ma'am, love to hear from you in future programs that might be organized. Since many participants have asked for the recording of the event, and since we have a live session of this going on YouTube, and I would like to request Professor Irshad Ahmed Loon Sahab to please paste that link here in the chat box, so that everyone is able to access these presentations and the recordings at their ease. Ma'am, thank you once again. I'm extremely thankful to you on behalf of Government Degree College, Kulgam, and on behalf of Cape Comorin Trust for taking time out of your busy schedule and gracing this occasion. I would also like to thank Cape Comorin Trust for collaborating with Government Degree College, Kurugam in organizing this faculty development program. I'm also thankful to all the faculty members from different academic institutions of India for joining this faculty development program and adding to the vibrance of this program. Inshallah, we would meet tomorrow with in the third day of this faculty development program. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And thanks to